Consumer versus producer. Which one are you? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my brick phone videos. My name is Caspian, and today we are going to be talking about consumers and producers. Now, which one are you? The reality is that most of us are both consumers and producers. So what is a consumer? Well, they consume things. To put it another way, consumers are people who extract value out of things that are offered to them, or they might pay some money in order to get groceries, food, takeaway, Netflix, YouTube. Consumers consume content, right? Consumers are people who are happy to pay in order for a service to be done for them. Or basically, society has all these things on offer, society has all this value for us, and consumers are people who consume that value. Whereas a producer is someone who creates that value. For example, it's the people who upload YouTube videos that you watch, or a producer might be the whole team behind the Netflix production that you're watching. A producer will be, the ones who work at the restaurants to make the food for others. And an entrepreneur is a producer because they create jobs for others, right? Authors are producers, musicians are producers, artists are producers, and a lot of us consume art. We like to look at art. We go to the art gallery. We listen to the music we love, whether it's on Spotify or CD. We watch TV. We actually consume a lot of things in our lives, and we read books that others have written. Even producers do these things. Even producers consume, and consumers produce as well. Like, you might be someone who does all these things, watch Netflix and read books and eat takeout and other things like that, and consume, because we all have to consume, right, to survive. But you might also be a producer because you work, or you help out someone with chores, or do someone's gardening. These are ways that we produce. We give value to others. Now, if you've got a job, in a way you're a producer, right? But there are different kind of levels of being a producer. You may be just working in retail, or let's say, you work at a fast food place. You are providing value to your customers. However, it's your employer who pays you, right? If you sell a hamburger at McDonald's for like $8 or something, that $8 doesn't go to you, right? You get an hourly wage. Whereas, the real owners of McDonald's, I don't know who the CEO of McDonald's is. Is there even a CEO of McDonald's? Who knows? The CEO and all the shareholders would be getting profits from these things. And at that point, they don't even do much anymore, right? Other people are running McDonald's. And so, in a way, all those people, all the employees, are producing value for the CEO and for the customers, right? So it's really a complex web of producers, consumers, right? So CEOs and entrepreneurs also reap the benefits of what they produce, right? The CEO runs Macca's, owns Macca's. They're producing fast food for billions of people in the world. And the more value that a company makes, or a person creates, the richer that will be, basically. See, your skill set has a value to people, right? If you're a great gardener, like I said earlier, that if you want to start a gardening business, then by all means start a gardening business. If that's one of your skills, you can monetize that skill, because you're adding value to what someone else needs, right? There are a lot of old people who can't get on their knees and get gardening, so they'll happily pay a young fella to do their gardening for them. And I've had that experience too. I've helped out in weeding for people, just pulling out weeds. That's all I've been doing, not very complex gardening. And people are willing to pay me, $50 an hour to do that, because to them that was the value of having a nice garden. So we can use our skills to be producers. We can also use our skills to create jobs for others in our businesses. Or we can use our skills to produce a product, like writing a book, releasing an album. I use all these examples all the time, writing music, recording music for other people to enjoy. If you're providing value, there are people who are willing to pay for that value. So, next time you think, how can I use my skills to make money? Well, just think about, well, what value do my skills bring? And then who are the people who are going to value those skills? And what you have to do is you need to make yourself available as an option for them to pay for you and your skills. So you put yourself out there in front of the people, you market yourself towards those who appreciate your skill and find value in that, and that's how you make money in your business. Don't just be a consumer forever, right? Now, there's this old saying that it takes 10,000 hours to master a musical instrument. And I don't know what I think about that, right? I definitely think if you practice an instrument for 10,000 hours, you're going to be among the best in your field. However, I don't think there's such thing as really mastering a musical instrument. In the same way, I don't think there's such thing as mastering life, right? There are plenty of billionaires who people look, oh, they've made it to the top, blah, 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 yeah, but they've been through divorces and things like that. I promise you, most billionaires will have been through many divorces. They have not had successful marriages, right? They haven't mastered those parts of life. I just think it's impossible to be perfect, right? God alone is perfect. And I certainly don't think that being rich is what makes someone perfect at all. It should never be the measuring rod. But back to the 10,000 hours of practice. You'll be fantastic at your instrument if you practice for 10,000 hours. But what about the silent killers in our lives, right? What if you spend 10,000 hours in your life on your phone? You'll be a master at using your phone. But you're training yourself in the habits of being a consumer, consuming content, consuming social media. If you spend, 5 hours a day on your phone scrolling through social media or mindlessly going through a rabbit hole on YouTube, you're actually training yourself to practice 10,000 hours of that very thing, that very bad habit. Don't become a master at consuming useless content. Become a master at producing value to others, and you'll have a happy and successful life. Till next time, guys, stay safe and stay sane.